Okay, yo, welcome guys. Remember, it's the number one presenter, Isaac Wafula. I'm happy, I'm so happy, I'm filled. God has been so great, God has been so wonderful. Today, I just want to share something with you. And first and foremost, I would like to welcome you all to this conversation. Remember, it's stereotyping, or gender stereotype. And some people might not understand this term, but we are going to explain. And as we are going to continue this conversation, I think some people are going to understand what you are talking about. What's gender stereotype? Some people are going to understand what gender stereotype is, what gender stereotyping is. That's why I said that remember to put your comment down there, and you can also share anything. Just feel free, feel open. You can share anything with me here, because we are here to teach each other. We are here to learn. We are here to mentor each other. We are here to make others be wise. Eh? At least tunasaidiana kimawazo, because people have different ideas, and when we bring those ideas together, they might bring fruits. Because our white said that two heads are better than one. This simply means that when we all of us gather our thoughts and bring together, we can bring something or one thing which is more constructive with us. So I just welcome you that you feel free to comment anything down there. Feel free to put your comment down there, because today we are going to talk about gender stereotypes or gender stereotyping and the women's rights Yeah. So you are welcome to this channel. You are welcome. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go there and subscribe. It's just Presenter Isaac. Then I have another channel called Empowering Thoughts. That's where I always post my thoughts or my ideas that empowers people. Also, I have another channel called Minister Isaac Wafula. Remember to go there, like, share, subscribe, and comment. So today we are going to talk about something called gender stereotype or gender stereotyping. These are simple, and I think some people can understand it. So, moving beyond recognition that gender stereotyping is an obstacle to women's rights, to meaningful progress in implementing human rights and obligation to address harmful stereotypes and wrongful stereotyping will require all of us, treaty bodies, special procedures, states, parties, civil society, academics, many others, to give these issues the serious attention should be seen or deserved. So first, I want to explain what's gender stereotype. What's gender stereotype? So I want to learn what's gender stereotype first. What's gender stereotype? What's gender stereotype? A generalized view of preconception about attributes or characteristics that are ought to be possessed. These are characteristics that are ought to be possessed by members of a particular social group, or the roles that are or should be performed by members of a particular social group. These are some of conceptions. There's some beliefs that people believe. There's some of conception. There's some conceptions that people believe. People have different conception, and or some beliefs that people believe. Kuna vitu watu wanaamini. So gender stereotype is a general view or preconception about attributes. It's a general view. Gender stereotype is a general view or preconception about is a general view or preconception about attributes or characteristics that are ought to be possessed by women and men, or the roles that should be performed by men and women. Gender stereotype can be both positive and negative. This gender stereotype can be both positive and negative. For an example of gender stereotype, women are nurturing or women are weak. There's a belief. I think in this current society we have today, things have really changed. But earlier, before nyuma, they were in our societies, in our local society, people are saying that women cannot do this, women are nurturing, that women are weak, wezi fanya hiki. But nowadays you find that what men can do, women can do more better than men. So this simply means that gender stereotype is a state or is a way of discrimination, a way someone discriminates something, or is a way discrimination is done somewhere. Like people have been discriminating women, saying that women cannot do this, only men that can do this. But remember that what a man can do, a woman can do better. a woman can do better than a man. So gender stereotype is simply a way of discrimination. It's a way just of discrimination. There's some conception or some belief that people believe that women cannot do this. There are men only who can do this. No, that one can't work. Simply because when you look at this generation we are on today, women can do better than men what men can do. So let us not say that women can't do it. Let us avoid gender stereotype. Gender stereotyping. Gender stereotype, I would say, is a general view of preconception about attributes. Gender stereotype. Remember, this gender stereotype is a general view or conception about attributes or characteristics that are ought to be possessed by women and men, or the roles that are or should be performed by men and women. Gender stereotype can be both positive or negative. It can either be on the negative side, gender stereotype, or a positive side. For an example, I've said that women are nurturing or women are weak. That women should be pampered. Earlier before they were saying that women should be pampered. Pampering simply means they were supposed to be treated with care. Some were saying that that women cannot do this, only men can do this. But in today's society, we find out that what men can do, women can do more better. So gender stereotype is simply a way of it's a sort of discriminating. There's some conception, some beliefs that people have which are not true. And what's gender stereotyping? We explained about gender stereotype, and we are going to explain about gender stereotyping. Gender stereotyping is a practice of ascribing to an individual woman or man specific attributes, characteristics, or roles by reason only of her or his membership in a social group of women or men. That's gender stereotyping. This has been happening, and it is happening. But nowadays it's rare because those years in the 19th century, those years, mostly women were meant for marriage only. Women could not allow women to go to class and learn. They were saying that women, once mwanamke amezaliwa ama kuna wanawake kwa boma, walikuwa wanasema kwamba mwanamke tu kazi yake ilikuwa ni aoleke na azae watoto. But nowadays, women, even they don't want such a things like that. Women also are performing things that men can do. That's why you find that most of the women's are doing better than men, because they had not realized earlier that women could do better than men. So gender stereotype is at its core a belief, and that belief may cause its holder to make assumptions. You can start making assumptions about members of the subject group, women and or men. In contrast, gender stereotyping is the practice of applying that stereotypical belief to a person. When are gender stereotypes and gender stereotyping in human concern? The International Human Rights of Law framework is concerned with stereotypes and stereotyping that affects recognized human rights and fundamental freedoms, rather than all stereotypes and all forms of stereotyping. The Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, has explained that states parties are required to modify or transform harmful gender stereotypes and eliminate wrongful. So there's a certain committee called the CEDAW, the Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women. That committee has imekuja ni kuondoa this kind of discrimination that women were mostly being discriminated, wanafanywa hivi. So they came out this committee at least to kutoa hizo vitu za discrimination that women can't do this and do this. So that has been so good because it has helped many women today that are successful, and because we have many women who are mentors that we people are looking at. So gender stereotyping. A stereotype is harmful when it limits women's or men's capacity. It's harmful. Gender stereotype is harmful when it limits women's or men's capacity. It's so harmful because it limits the men's and the women's capacities to develop their personal abilities. So gender stereotype can make these women they can't develop that capacity, or they can't do what they want. their personal abilities, pursue their professional careers, and make choices. Yeah, nowadays women are more good. They can do better than men. And this, I'm going to repeat that. In this current generation we have today, or a digital generation, women have become more powerful and more excellent. Simply because earlier, before, they had not discovered that women could do better than men. Since they discovered today, they have realized that women are performing better. Well, all of the minds been set to women's, so that at least we can have gender equality. Yes, we can at least have gender equality. Both hostile, sub-negative, or seemingly benign stereotypes can be harmful. There are some of the stereotypes, some of the discrimination that can be harmful to us, both of the gender, both women and men. There are some of the types of discriminations that can be harmful to us, both of us, or seemingly benign. It's for example, based on a stereotype that women are more nurturing. Women are more nurturing, that child rearing responsibility often fall extremely on them. This is so simple. That women are more nurturing, that child rearing responsibility often fall extremely on them. This simply means that wanasema this kind of gender stereotyping or gender discrimination, saying that they say that women are more nurturing. Wanasema kwamba it's only a woman who can raise a child, but not a man. That women are the one supposed to stay at home and take care of a child. No, that one can't work. In fact, that one I refuse, and I think you can bear me witness. Simply because even a man can take care of a child, not only a woman. So women, we should also be responsible. Because this gender stereotype is teaching us a lot. We are learning a lot. Tunasoma mengi. Gender stereotyping is wrongful when it results into a violation. It's wrongful when it results into a violation or violation of human rights. Ni mbaya sana. It's wrongful when it results to violation of human rights and fundamental freedoms. An example of this is the failure to criminalize marital rape based on the stereotype of women as the sexual property of men. That women have been used as sexual property. Women have been used as a sexual property. This simply means that they're taking women as an equipment of having sex. Women just have been taken as an equipment of sex. That's why it's saying that an example of this is failure to criminalize marital rape based on the stereotype of women as a sexual property of men. Another example is the failure of justice system to hold perpetrators of sexual violence accountable based on stereotypical views about women's appropriate sexual behavior. Why do we do this? Because I think people do such a things of this. They are saying that women have been are taking women like equipments of sexual. They want to harass women sexually. I think those people are not learned, because someone who has gone to school can't do such a thing like that. Yeah. Mtu mwenye ameenda shule hawezi fanya kitu kama hicho. I don't think if it could happen, because it's so hard. How do this gender stereotype harm women? Discrimination against women includes those differences of treatment that exist because of stereotypical expectation, attitudes, and behaviors towards women. Just to give some examples, the special rapporteur on the right to food pointed out that stereotype about women's role within the family leads to division of labor within household that often result into time poverty for women and lower level of education. This gender stereotype have made women has lowered the rate of education, because women are not going to school. They are just taking women for marriage only. They are not even concerned with these women. Yani wanachukulia tu wanawake ni kama wanafaa tu kuolewa tu. Women are not supposed to go to school. Women are not supposed to work. Women are just supposed to stay at home. No, that one can't work. That one can't work at all. So I don't have anything or something else to add more, but I'm just happy. I'm so happy, you guys, for being with me, for supporting me. Thank you, and I know that God is going to bless those people. Remember that we have money. but we can also support. I don't need your money. What I just need is that you just go to my YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Just write Presenter Obwire Isaac or Minister Obwire. Then it will be happy for me if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could share, like, and also comment. I'll be so happy. Indeed, I'll be so happy. And I know God is going to bless you. You have been my people. You have been so good. You have been so wonderful. And it's my prayer that as we are in this year of election, that God can even shower you with more blessings. God can even protect you. God can even guide you. God can even guide you, because God is so good. God is so precious. God is so wonderful. Have a blessed day ahead of you, and a wonderful and a gorgeous day. Remember to put your comment down there for at least chenye umepata. I know naweza kuwa nimeenda mbio, but remember to put your comment hapo chini. Support me. You are the only person who can make me succeed in my life, and remember, I can also make you succeed. I love you guys because you have been so good. You have been so wonderful to me. Like, you have been so empowering to me. You have been also giving me hope to my end that yes, presenter, you can do it, you can make it, and I'm so happy because it's only you people who are making me to be today where I am. I'm happy of you guys. Ninafuraha, by the way, ninafuraha sana. Have a nice day, have a blessed day, and then nawacha na msemo mmoja usema kwamba kumbuka, ukubwa wa pua sio wingi wa kamasi. And remember that with money you can buy food, but you can't buy appetite. Have a blessed day and a wonderful and a gorgeous day.